just want to check in on this Friday, October 23rd, 2020, as we gear up for Hallows Eve and Dia de los Muertos. Specifically because this is a time where people dress up, do crazy things, get into their feels. And I just want to come out. I want to come out as an MCU fanatic fan, even on the outskirts. I don't own a whole bunch of comics, but guess what? I love me some Marvel and I love me some Storm, if you can't tell in the background, okay? And so today is basically me vocalizing my opinion around this potential Storm movie, Storm in Black Panther 2. Will she be played by an actor who is capable, or will she be played by Beyoncé? Watching out for the Bayhive, y'all. So basically, yeah, I just wanted to run through a few things of how I feel about Storm coming out into the open. I think there's so much backstory here. And I just want to start immediately because I mentioned Beyonce's name. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? Beyonce is everything. Beyonce is really great. And I'm not here to knock any femme people, especially femme folks of color. Just here to state the facts. And the fact is that Beyonce should not be playing Storm. It would be the equivalent of... Actually, let me show you what it would be the equivalent of. 1 second, please. Here we go. This is what it would be like.
No one wants to see her play the way she is now.
I will make it.
Yes, you will. I need you to help me make this happen.
I'll try.
I don't want to hear about Nina's comebacks.
Check this.
Go to the gym?
No.
So that's supposed to be Nina Simone. That was Zoe Saldana, who tearfully apologized for playing that role. To me, Beyonce playing Storm would be the equivalent of that. Okay. Let's also look at some clips of successful actors, or as people would say, actresses who have played Storm. Maybe not to the power that she should be, but that's not their fault, actually. So let's look at people doing a lot with a little. I want to kick it back to the original, the OG Halle Berry, who has opened so many doors. Let's watch Halle Berry as Storm. Bam. Bam. I mean, and for those of you who don't know, Storm was like a diversity hire. She wasn't even created. I'm being really vague here because I don't want to bore people with all the super details. If you really want to know the details, let me know and I can go back and be like, these are the names of all the people. This is, all the stuff. But Storm was literally created by these white guys who were like, actually, let's combine these other two characters that we were going to do and let's make her a woman of color. And she's going to be called Storm. And what they didn't realize is they made one of the fiercest, most essential X people. And I say X people because they're called the X-Men, but there's so many obviously fabulous femme and non-binary folks and other worldly creatures that obviously exist outside the binary that are in here. So why are we doing this heteronormative patriarchal thing anymore? I don't know. But I digress. Storm is what's known as an omega level mutant, meaning her power is endless, and she's a mega witch. And speaking of who should be able to play a mega witch, it should be somebody really, really cool. I'm going to go back to Alexandra Shipp before I get into that whole thing. And I just want to share another Storm, a younger Storm. And I think, honestly, she did a great job. Let's watch Alexandra Shipp as Storm. y'all see they had to, and it was actually going into Nightcrawler, who's another one of my favorites. But y'all see how they had to pull old man out of there, Cyclops. They were like, look, man, you about to get burnt to a crisp, homie. So we gonna pull you out of here. Storm is not a one note type of character, and they keep putting her in that. And these actors are doing an amazing job again with the little. Storm gets so little screen time, but so much play in the comics. It's amazing. I also want to like go over like a few, ideas that people have been putting out there for folks as Storm. One of those people is here we go. Another singer, Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe is dope. Beyonce's dope. Janelle Monáe has actually some really good acting chops. I think for Storm, though, it's a reach for me. And it's not because like the technicality of acting isn't there for Janelle Monáe. It's because of like her level of excitement and just like Storm. If you understand Storm, she experienced a lot of loss and in very specific ways, and she has such a backstory that you're going to need like a Viola Davis. You're going to need somebody who can really like pull all that out and remain stoic, but also not like millennial stoic. No shade to millennials. Again, I'm just speaking my mind, but in the sense of like somebody who can pull it out, and they don't have to be older. They can be younger, they can be older. I would love to see an unconventional, choice. I would love to see a black trans woman actually be Storm. There were rumors of Dominique Jackson being Storm, and I think that that's an amazing idea. There's even like X-Men fans that are petitioning for Dominique Jackson to be Storm. And I think that makes a lot of sense. You have somebody who can really convey that sense of emotion and stoicism while also being super badass, right? Also, think about actually like, to go back to singers. If I had to choose a singer actor to play Storm, maybe not on the technical, but on the emotional side, it wouldn't be Beyonce. It wouldn't be Janelle Monáe. It would be somebody like Mary J. Blige. You understand now what I'm saying? Like, even from a young age, Mary J. Blige, you could carry that pain with her, but she could also guide you to some light and some truth. She could like transform. And that's what Storm does. Storm is transforming all the time, feeling every single element from around the planet and who knows where else, channeling that as a mega witch, omega witch, okay? And that's not an understatement. Anyway, I also want to acknowledge that people are out here making fan films. You know, it's amazing to me because Storm Aurora Monroe, even though she, was raised in the States, she actually lived in Africa and is African, um, uh, by origin, and became like a priestess and a queen and a goddess to a very specific village of people, group of people in Africa. And correct me if I'm wrong. I love being checked and fact checked. Like, that's how we learn, that's how we grow. But it's lovely to see African folks like developing these fan films, right? Because that's part of the universe of Storm, right? Is like she was up in there, which is why like they're saying she's going to be in Black Panther too, because guess what? Storm and Black Panther got married. They were married at some point, but this is a fan film. As you can see, it moves kind of slow, but it's the origin story of Aurora Monroe, which is Storm's name, aside from being Storm. you know, so I think that's really great. It's by Throwback Studios, studios with a Z instead of an S at the end, all one word, Throwback Studios. And there's even adaptations that have been made, you know, by folks. This one's called Rain, and it basically draws from Storm. Rain Fan Film, 3 separate words. Rain Fan Film on YouTube. That one's really cool to me because you have a character that is super powerful and is played by a woman that normally wouldn't be considered conventionally and streamlined attractive for the mainstream, right? She is a real, not that, you know, women aren't women, but she's like a woman you're more likely to see in your neighborhood than Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be really nice to get a sense of that. So I think there is so many different ways we can go with this. I'm really excited to contribute my opinion. Let me know what you think. Not a YouTuber or vlogger, so I don't have the like, subscribe, ding the bell thing, blah blah blah. Y'all know me. Hit me up. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I'm coming out as that. Oops, ouch. Not afraid, not ashamed. Wish you all a lovely Friday. Vote for Storm to be played by who y'all want to be playing Storm. And I love y'all. See you later.